What's your initial reaction to a game that got away from you like this one did today?
Yeah. First, you start with that team came out and played a hell of a game on the other side of the ball. We had momentum swings where we were taking punches and we ended up turning the ball over, having false starts. And things like that, and with a team like that, and you have 2 turnovers and a couple false starts or just overall penalties on the opposite side of the ball. With a team like that on the other side, they make you pay, and they did that today.
It's 2 really up and down games offensively to start the season. And did you expect it to be going better and clicking a little better at this point? And why hasn't it been?
I always expect to come out and play well as an offense. That's the expectation, but it's not really necessarily surprising or anything like that. It's new coach, new offense, and all of that, and a bunch of new players, and we're all trying to figure it out together at one. And like I've always said, move together. Everybody do their 1/11th and move together when the ball snap and go execute the plays that are called.
What happened on the interception?
Yeah, ended up rolling out. Probably need to throw it away right there. Tried to make a play, but I thought OZ was going to go high, and he ended up breaking flat, and it was just a miscommunication on the field.
What happened on the sequence with the 2 quarterback sneaks, the 3rd and 1, then the 4th and 1?
Yeah, just got to go get it. I thought I got it on the first one, and I guess I got closer. And then the second one, would say I got it, and the refs end up spotting it back, and you move on from that play, but just got to go get it.
You and Ben had a long conversation after the 4th down one. What was the breakdown there? What were you guys?
It was just us communicating about what's next, and then also just him saying maybe go right next time or instead of left, or whatever the case may have been. Because we got a bunch of yards on the first, or closer. We got more yards on the first one than we did in the second one. So, being able to, just communicate with him, move on, and get out there and, go and try and execute plays again.
What's the key for you in those situations of reading it right and then getting it?
Yeah, find the open gap and go get it.
You talked about having understood that it's a new coach, it's a new offense, it takes time to adjust. And it seems in periods you all didn't struggle to move down the field. So what do you think is personally missing from making that more consistent?
Yeah, I think it's just us being, like you said, consistent in the way of, our technique, our, the plays that are called, and going out there and being technical about and beating the man in front of you, and that includes myself. That's, and I think we just do that over and over and over again. Don't try and create any explosive plays that, try and be Superman. They'll come and everybody just do their 1/11th, and we keep moving on.
You had some time to kind of reflect on this on the sideline when Tyson came in. I mean, what's going through your mind as you're sitting through the last 7 minutes of this game?
Yeah, I think in that situation it sucks that your guys are out in the field and you're not, and that's frustrating because you put so much time, energy, and effort, and those guys are out there still battling, and you're on the sideline, but it was coach's decision, and you got to move on from it. And I think in that situation, I'm thinking of how can I help this team, this offense, whether it's me saying something on the field or to whoever, or completing one more pass or whatever the case may be, just to get the momentum going, get us going, and get this team rolling, get these guys rolling, and try and go win games.
TJ Edwards, we'll see the extent of their injuries, but unknown right now. It seemed like a re-aggravation of what they had before going into the game. So we'll see that. Listen, anytime you lose a game like that, man, it's a kick in the teeth. Nothing about that feels good. Unfortunately, I've been through a number of these over the course of my career. These guys, I tell you, they're hurt. It stinks. They fought the entire game, and when you play a good team on the road and you have turnovers and you don't convert on 4th down and you give up explosive plays on defense, it can go sideways in a hurry, and that was really the name of the game. Offensively, we were able to move the ball a little bit in the first half, and then the turnovers and the lack of fourth down conversion bit us in the rear, and then defense had more explosive plays than we wanted to going into the game. We knew that they were an explosive offense, and we had a plan, and we did.
With Thrivent, your financial journey isn't a solo mission. Your money is a tool to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more.
Throwing game like that, and really just plays into their hands. So penalties were still an issue for us. False starts, we had a couple of those. We had some holdings. Really hurt us. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
What do you think of Caleb going to the ball away and also when he comes out at the end, was that just the score's high and he wasn't hurt?
The one that he got the...
Yeah, well, let's start with it. When he gets the ball away. And then at the end, when he cuts him, is that just the game's out of hand?
Yeah, at that point in the game, we figured that we really didn't have a chance to come back in that.
What went wrong in the operation of QBC?
I got to go back and I got to look at it from behind. It's hard for me to tell with just the still pictures, but just like I told our guys, I got a lot of confidence in them when it becomes a 3rd and 1 that we can get a first down in 2 plays.
It looked like on that 4th down that he got the play with like 12 seconds left or something.
Well, it can't happen because with the thing cuts off at 15. So which one are you?
The 4th and inches.
Okay. Yeah.
He got back to the level.
Yeah. He might have. I got to talk to him about it.
Ben, what were you told at the end of the first half when you waved your team off the field and they had to come back and there were 6 seconds left? What happened?
I had the official right next to me throughout that process. He told me it was halftime, so we went in for halftime.
And then what happened? What did they explain after?
Land came over to me at the end of the 3rd quarter, and he told me, I believe, that they ruled it out of bounds. They reviewed it and said it was in bounds, and so it was a 10-second runoff. So we'll see what it looks like on the game tape. That certainly was not communicated to us.
And what about the defensive plan that you had coming into the day didn't quite pan out for you today?
Yeah, we knew that we need to set the edge there to try to contain their running game. I think they were able to bounce and get the edge a few times there, and so that hurt us in the running game. And then in the passing game, we simply didn't affect the quarterback. We tried to mix up the coverages, and they hurt us a little bit in some of our single high stuff with their speed. So the explosive plays are an issue. You feel those. I did think the defense did a great job despite the turnovers and the 4th down. They hit the field. They were being resilient. They were fighting their tails off. It just didn't go our way today.
Ben, how do you get a team to respond to a kick in the teeth like today was?
To a kick in the teeth?
Yeah. Just this
Well, we have a lot of prideful guys. We're 2 games into the season, and so I think they're just as disappointed as the coaching staff is, and we're committed to getting this thing right. I have a lot of belief in them. We have leaders, we have captains. I mean, when you're around this league long enough, these games happen, and it doesn't feel any better when it happens, but the good teams I've been on, they find a way to respond, and I know our guys will do that.
Do you believe Dan Campbell ran it up on you on that 4th and 4 going forward?
What's he supposed to do? It's 4th and goal. What do you want him to do? Yeah, he could have kicked the field goal. They don't kick field goals. They go for it there. So he was doing what he was supposed to do. That's what he does.
How demoralizing is this loss, considering you were coming back, you left for Chicago? I mean,
it's not demoralizing at all. It's not demoralizing at all. We got to play better. Simple as that.
And some of these squandered opportunities after the fumble, the defense stopped on 3rd down, get the ball back. What's your message going to be about not wasting those opportunities and putting field position to your team?
Yeah, I mean, when we play good teams, you got to capitalize on every opportunity that comes your way, and we didn't do that. You're -1 in the turnover category, and you really can equate the failed 4th downs as turnovers as well. And so when you play a good team like that, you give up explosives, you give up all those yards. That's the way it goes.
Hello everybody, welcome in here to the Truth Serum. Joey the Truth Wagner with you. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. Watching all of the NFL games here on this Sunday, early and late. post-game reactions and pressers to all of them. As first off, what a game going on in Dallas between the Giants and Russell Wilson going up against Dak in Dallas. I never thought that the Giants would be able to keep up like this to the Cowboys. Russell Wilson over 400 yards through the air. A moonball scored in Neighbors. And are they going to pull this one off? That game, wowza. In Detroit. In Detroit. The Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson reunion. And the Lions and Dan Campbell put up a 50-burger. They put up a 50-burger on the Bears, and they show who's the boss. It's the Lions and Dan Campbell. They just boat raced the Bears. 0-2 start to the year for Chicago. They're in trouble. Joe Burrow had to leave the game due to injury with the Bengals. That game going on now. Jake Browning trying to keep the Bengals competitive against Jacksonville. Patriots and the Dolphins played a wild one. A lot of wild games in the NFL here, folks. A lot of wild football games. 49ers with Mac Jones, Kyle Shanahan making Mac look competent against the Saints. Lamar and the Ravens just blowing out Cleveland. Some things just never change in the NFL. Ravens good. Browns bad. Then what games in the 4 p.m. window? You have the rematch of the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles going into Kansas City at Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. How will Kansas City bounce back from a butt whipping in the Super Bowl? And then, of course, Seattle, it was BTA to the Steelers. BTA to Pittsburgh. Hammer to nail in that one. But we want to thank all of you for spending time with us on this NFL Sunday. We'll be giving you post-game coverage throughout. Thank you for watching. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're signing off here. Joey the Truth Wagner saying enjoy the rest of your Week 2 NFL Sunday.